Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. They said the royal palace shocked. Everyone was so shocked upon hearing that they had offered that 18-year-old girl, Okpeyemi, a 200,000 naira, 200,000 18-year-old girl that is still living with the parents. As a matter of fact, they said that girl had just gained admission into the Ahmadu Bello University. Obafemi Awolowo University, right there in Ile-Ife. Now they offered that girl 200,000 naira for her. That all they would want her to do, they were telling her it's nothing. It's just to be able to wear this waist bead during the period that she will be entering that dance, that full moon dance. Now, they said the royal palace is shocked. Everybody is shocked. Like, this kind of desperation, it's a desperation that nobody, like, this is the worst kind of desperation. The very worst. Like, it has never, ever been that bad. That is what they are saying, that they have never had it that bad. This level of desperation. How is it possible that at this point you're still fighting, doing everything that is in your power to ruin this reinstatement? They don't want Queen Naomi. And, you know, even Reverend Esther Ajayi has said that they will continue to fight. They will fight and fight and fight and fight. But Kabiyesi needs to focus. Everybody needs to focus for that reinstatement to happen. Let us see what the Lord has in stock for Olori now, because like Iyanifa said to Oni of Ife, that there will be a lot of distractions, and some of these elders are detractors to the Oni of Ife. Oni of Ife needs to leave them and focus on the goal ahead. What is that goal ahead? The goal is to get Queen Naomi back into the palace of the Oni of Ife. Now, this woman now came up with this allegation and with proof of everything. Now, why is there a proof? She said that she, when the daughter came and told her, she kept quiet. She did not say a word. And she told her daughter to go back and accept and give them, because they said if the girl accepts, the girl should give an account where they can pay in 200,000 naira for her. So the woman was very furious. She wanted to fight, but the girl's father said, no, if you fight now, there will be no proof. Let her go back and tell them that she's ready to do it, that give them her account number, which she did, and they paid that money into her account. That is what we are hearing. And the money that was paid into her account is the evidence that the woman has brought, that the woman is using, because for things like this, you cannot come up with this kind of allegation without an evidence. And this is what this is about, as we are hearing. Now, the agreement with the girl, the 18-year-old girl, is that when they send the money into her account, they will give her the bead. She will take the bead home. When she takes the bead home, they gave her a small pot, a small a local pot where the beads will be inside, but the beads will be, you know, under her bed. If she has a bed, they were asking her if she sleeps on the bed. Yes, she said she has a bed. They said the bead should be under her bed, close to the wall. She should put it there. Then on that day, when she is going, she should wear it. She shouldn't wear it before that day. She should wear it, she should wear it a day before that day. That is one day before that day. That is the bid that she should wear it one day before the day. Let me hold on. Sorry, she is supposed to have that bead with her and wear that bead a day before the event, one day before the event. But before that one day, the bead is supposed to be under her bed for 2 days. Then she'll wear it a day before the event. Then she will go into that event with the bead, right? And so now, if they gave her the 200,000, she was supposed to go with the bid. So when she came, she had this discussion with her mother. Her mother told her father, and so they now strategized. They said when the girl goes back to them in their family house, that she should say that she's afraid that she cannot do it alone, that she want one of her big friends to be a part of it so they can share the money, okay? So they said that was what they did. The reason is because they wanted the girl, the senior person who is also a member of their own family, to be the one who collects the pot. Now, why is it that this senior one was supposed to collect the pot? Is because they have fortified her in case anything can go wrong, so that whatever is in that bit or in the pot will not affect her. So when they went together, they said they transferred the money, and the bigger one collected the bit and the pot, and they brought it back. And now, so it is the bit and the pot that they brought to their family, and it's the same bit and pot that these people brought to the palace of the Oni of Ife. Now, as we are hearing, when they got to the Oni of Ife with this allegation and everything, elders were shocked. Everybody was shocked to the bone marrow, like could not even believe what was going on. And so they said Iyanifa was the one they sent the pot to go and, to find out what this kind of bid is and what, the bid was meant to do in their relationship. What is it? That Kabiyesi had to send this bid to Iyanifa. Now, Iyanifa started explaining that Ebony, out of desperation and deep-rooted bitterness, has crossed a forbidden line. She secretly approached one of the 4 virgins selected for the sacred full moon dance and promised her a 200,000 naira if she would, wear a specific kind of bead. They were explaining this to Iyanifa, everything that had happened. Now, when Iyanifa looked at the bead, they said Iyanifa said that the bead is called Eleke Ase. Eleke Ase, carries spiritual power both for good and for evil. What Ebony offered the virgin is not for beauty or adornment. It is a spiritually fortified bead prepared in darkness and laced with idabobo. Idabobo, which is, they say idabobo in Yoruba means ritual binding or spiritual sabotage. This type of bead is usually used in ancient love entrapment rituals as a spiritual barrier to block favor or destiny. It is believed to hold the power to pollute any sacred space it enters. When worn into a holy gathering, especially one involving virgins, moonlight, and ancestral invocation, it acts like a spiritual poison. That was what Iyanifa was explaining to them. Iyanifa said this particular waist bead is traditionally black and red. Black symbolizing hidden energy and red symbolizing, blood and disruption. In Yoruba tradition, red beads are worn during certain warriors' rituals or sacrifice-oriented ceremonies, but never during a full moon virgin dance, which is meant to be white, clean, pure, and light-bearing. The introduction of this bead would spiritually taint the entire process, okay? They also said the Yoruba name for the exact type of bead that Ebony tried to smuggle into the ritual is Eleke Eso, okay, meaning Eso's bead. Eso in Yoruba is the trickiest deity, not evil in the Western sense, but the one who tests boundaries, who introduces confusion where order is required, who reverses decision and causes spiritual misdirection. The bead itself may look small and harmless, but its power lies in the intention. Any object fortified under the name of Eso and placed inside a pure ritual is capable of causing disruption of spiritual energy, confusion among dancers and priests, loss of ancestral alignment, failure of prophetic clarity, blocking of divine acceptance. And this was what Ebony wanted, and that was why Ebony gave this beat to that girl. That was what Iyanifa explained, and everybody was shocked. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged rumors, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.